Life in Opankwa has taken its toll on Ebube as she worked to adjust to the rhythm of the village and her people. The business of Ude design was not as simple as she had imagined, so it has taken her more time than she expected to get grounded. However, she was grateful that her parents had sent her here. Ebube no longer feared her shadows or was haunted by the thought of Akuna and her multiple dark hands. She had even made new friends. Ezenna and Odumma were in Ebube's tattoo class, and they bonded over their shared interests and struggles in the class. As the days went by and they learned and improved, they also took time to explore the village of Opankwa. Once they went to the famous Green River and could not help but enjoy how it repels Ogbuara, this neighboring river. The two rivers flow side by side but never mix. Any attempt to mix water from both rivers results in an explosion, and the rivers pop as their waters repel. This location was always their favorite place as they tried mixing the rivers in containers of different shapes, placing a piece of white cloth underneath. The splash always made new patterns and they drew out to use in their tattoo designs. On the first Afro-market day, 3 months after Ibube started her training in Opankwa, she and her friends traveled to Elema to buy materials for their trade. Elema was known to have the best Odo, Uvie and Ude, the famous yellow, red and black dyes used for local tattoos. They also had the best clothes for pattern making. After the friends had gotten what they needed, Uduma suggested that they make their hair in Elema before returning to Opankwa. She was excited about the famous hairdresser of Elema, who she heard the market women speak about. It would only take an hour to have the intricate pattern of her Zweka style she had wanted for some time completed. Plus, they can observe and draw some new patterns in this exciting salon. Ezenna had agreed. To him, while the ladies made their hair, he would go to Sionyopi to get some fresh palm wine. It was agreed. As they arrived at the salon, Ezenna gave Ebube his bag and headed left. I will come back for you ladies before you are done, he called out. And if you want some palm wine, say something now so I can buy more. Or don't expect I will share. I won't, both Ebube and Uduma said in unison. Okay then, see you soon, he called out and continued walking. The ladies entered the salon and were stopped at the door by one of the stylists. It seems you are new in town, she said. We have come to the famous Afro market. I want to do our hair before leaving, Odoma explained. Oh, welcome. In this salon, we have a place where you keep your bag outside before you come in. The ladies obliged and followed the directions. As they placed their goods where the lady pointed, Udoma pulled out her mirror and elastic hair extension. The stylist continued, you cannot bring a mirror into the salon. No mirrors or reflective surfaces is allowed. At this, you will be fools. Udoma was confused. Why? Udoma asked. That's just the rule. If you want to make your hair, drop the mirror and come in, the stylist answered. Ebube and Udoma exchanged looks. Udoma then put the mirror back into her bag and went in. Ebube followed. While Udoma was excited to get her hair done, despite the strange sight of a salon without mirrors, Ebube was scared that her worst fear had come true. Akuna is alive and she is in Elema. She did her best to hide her fear and followed her friend into the salon. The least she could do was confirm that this was Akuna, the famous hairdresser of Umuadi. As they sat, the lady that met them at the door was joined by another stylist, and they started braiding their hair. The baby exhaled slowly when none of the two making their hair was Akuna. The stylists were pretty fast, but having been in Akuna's salon, she would not call this the spirit weaver speed. She tried to relax, but could not help but wonder why the salon had the same rule as Akuna's. Halfway through the process, the lady walked in, furious. Ndaola no, The two ladies doing their hair greeted. How did it go? One of them asked. Fine, I guess, but we will be leaving in 2 days, Olamma said. She walked over to the lady making Ebube's hair and asked her to join the other lady. And in less than 5 minutes, Ebube's hair was done and she walked over to Udoma and took over. This finished just as fast. Udoma was excited. This was the experience she wanted. Now before her eyes, she saw those talented fast hands braid. The ladies paid for their service and stepped out of the salon. As promised, Ezena was there waiting. On their way home, Udoma could not keep quiet about the beautiful Olamma and her fast fingers. Her only regret was that she could not watch those hands move in a mirror. Ebube was terrified. Once she laid eyes on Olamma, there was a striking resemblance between her and Akunna, despite the change in hairstyle and clothing style. When she spoke, her voice was the same as Akunna's, and when she picked her hair, there was no mistaking who was holding a piece of her. As she contemplated this, Udoma pushed her. You are awfully quiet for someone who just experienced the miracle of braiding. Ebube forced a smile. It is not as exciting to me as it is for you. If anything, it scares me. When they got back to Opanko, Ibe asked for permission to visit her parents, which was granted, but she would only be allowed to go in 8 market days from the next Eke day. That is almost 2 weeks away. To bridge the gap and alert her friends of what she had seen, she sent a note to Ngozi through Taza, a man known for his skills in harvesting yam. The New Yam Festival was in 2 weeks.